So is this something we need to watch out? What should we do about it? Well, let's talk about this. In terms of some patterns here, I've been saying how we've been consolidating, right? And usually when we're done consolidating, we make a next leg up. This kind of shows it. Level 1, level 2, right? And we're following the EMA 150, but this is projected, what it looks like, as we recover back up to the 30s, to the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. Probably we're not going to see above 40 by the end of this year. I would be amazed if we go above 40 this year. I'd be perfectly happy if we're 30 or 40 even by the end of this year. But the way we're moving, we could see 30K in near future and possibly in 40K. Now there's talks about hitting 40K in the near future. Let's see. Let's see if it's going to happen. Is this a coincidence or this is by design? But, our 2018 to 2019 bottom, right? It took us 13 months to find it before recovering up. And guess what? It took us 13 months. He miscounted. It wasn't 12. If you count this, there's 13 candlesticks. So it took us exactly 13 months to find bottom and recover, just like before. Is that a coincidence or by design? You tell me. I don't know. But it's too similar. It's too similar to be a coincidence, in my opinion. Bitcoin and crypto still holding strong. 22.9. It's been flipping like 22, 23, 22.9, right? Just kind of going sideways, consolidating, ready to jump. But because of how much we have come up recently, well, for the first time in a very long time, the greed index, it's not a fear index anymore. It's a greed index. We are officially in greed. Yesterday, we were still neutral at 54. Last week, we were at 51 neutral. Last month, we were in fear. And there were some points last month we were in like deep fear, extreme fear, okay? How things have changed so fast within a single month, really, right? So why? Why is everyone greedy? Well, first of all, if you're not familiar, how's this judged? Right? This is judged through a few sources. Volatility, right? Seeing how volatility kind of died down, but market momentum, volume, social media, dominance, and trends. Okay, so there's something to that. I don't know about trends or surveys, or surveys they pause, but dominance, social media, I don't know, they're just looking at Twitter or what, but they do their thing to calculate things, and we are in greed right now, okay? This is natural, right? It's not going to stay fear or neutral forever. People are excited once again. There's hope that we are turning around from bottom and we are heading higher. It's a new year, right? So this is natural. I know some people will start spinning this as, oh no, the market's, too hot right now. There's too many greedy people. That means that there's going to be a big sudden downturn. No, I don't interpret that at all. We're just simply recovering from bottom. And just last night, I showed you guys how much some altcoins, and when I say some, vast majority of altcoins, how much they have to go up before even reaching its previous high, right? Solana is like down 90%. Cardano's down 88%. Doge down like 87%. XRP down like 88%, right? So we're barely scratching the surface when it comes to clawing back to previous highs. So no, the market is not overheated right now. We're just simply recovering from bottom, right? And here's the thing. You know who may be driving the market right now, right? Because I still have a feeling that retail is still kind of on the sideline, still kind of scared. I could just kind of tell from the way people are talking. U.S. institutions account for 85% Bitcoin buying, a very positive sign. The institutions, the big money, the big whales, they lead, generally speaking. They make moves before retail investors, right? They want to get in early. They want to get in before the FOMO starts. And we're definitely seeing that already, right? We're seeing big moves, big jumps out of nowhere. And Well, first of all, Bitcoin is on track for the best January since 2013. Okay, that's like 2 cycles ago. But also, just take a look at this. Generally speaking, when Bitcoin goes up, it's tracking the US market. Why is that? Why is that? It's not tracking the European market. It's not tracking the Asian market. It's tracking the U.S. market, which is why I always cover, what's going on in the U.S. And it's also like going up during the same times too, like usually during opening when the market's open. So this definitely shows there's a lot of institutions, a lot of guys from Wall Street that are buying in right now. I think this kind of proves that. There's definitely a huge correlation, right? It wasn't always like this, but ever since Bitcoin started climbing, you could see ever since about, 3 weeks ago, the correlation is uncanny, right? So it definitely shows these big boys are buying in, and they're buying in before retail, right? And once retail investors come in, well, then we'll be at much higher levels, right? So this also explains why BTC dominance has been going up a little bit too. BTC dominance was, below 40% for quite a long time, but BTC dominance has started to climb 42.4%, still way off from previous bottoms where Bitcoin was like a 60, 70 plus percentage in dominance, right? Altcoins are here to stay. They're much stronger than before. So I don't think the BTC dominance will ever get back to 60s or 70s ever again. That's in the past. In the future, probably around this level, right? And right now, we definitely see a little bit more traction with Bitcoin, but that always flips. It always flips to the altcoins. It's always like a thing, right? So definitely a lot of buying, right? And this also proves it. This shows the outflow from the exchanges. And we just saw 7,313 Bitcoins leave the exchanges. This is net flow. Okay, so this is calculated inflow and outflow, the net flow. But if you look at it, what's the commonality here? Well, what's the theme here? There's definitely a lot more spikes, red spikes than green spikes, right? And the red spikes are way bigger. And generally speaking, that occurs because you have a lot of institutions buying. Sometimes you just see like $1 billion flow out for no reason, right? Usually it's a giant OTC sale or something like that. But we're seeing that. We just saw that. We haven't seen an outflow like this for a long time. A long time, right? So there's definitely a lot of buying going on right now.